I'm Bill Modrow. I'm head of Special Collections and Archives, Miami University. I apologize, Michael. Actually, due to his work with this program, this project rather, he got a teaching position, so he couldn't be here. This is really a lot of his projects. So I don't include him because, again, this is what he did. He did a lot of the digital work, and he did a lot of it. Thank you. When I have the Miami University background, when I'm talking, the point there is up until this year, the archives have been on a different location on Miami's campus for over 200 years. Okay. So why is that important? The papers of Lee and Rosemary, their letters, they came to Special Collections. They didn't go to the archive. There's a separate building, and as I say, when I'm talking to students in class, I might as well say it's on the moon. Like, it's over here. We have this tremendous collection. So that's a little bit interesting about that because it came to Special Collections. We didn't have an archivist. We had a librarian that had to process this and went online to do it. Didn't communicate with the archivist. Don't ask me, there's no archivist. Lee and Rosemary, Lee was a graduate of Miami in 1968. He went overseas to Vietnam, served in the war. Rosemary was his fiancée about that time he left. She graduated in '69. They call them Miami mergers, which was great. So he was in Vietnam '68 to '70. They corresponded to each other, their letters for these 2 years. Again, there's some family letters, things like that. So about 400 and something letters, probably about 2,300 pages or so, because some letters have 4, 6, 8 pages in them. Some are very brief, things like that. When he left in '70, he got out of the service. They went up to West Virginia. They stayed there. He worked for various companies, Citicorp, probably until he retired in 2012, and then they moved back to Oxford. What's interesting about the letters is Lee was a very prolific writer. He loved writing letters. When he got back to Oxford, he approached the Special Collections. He corresponded with several presidents, units of the United States, presidents of Miami University. He had a lot of, and they responded. So he said, "Hey, you're interested in these letters? It's fine, yeah, sure. We'll take those. They were nice, especially the ones with the university presidents, because some of these men were well loved." But the thing is, and so talking to him, he's talking about in the war, and it's like, well, yeah, we have these letters. They had kept these letters since the Vietnam War until 2000. We got them in 2014. Neither one knew that they kept the other person's letters. All right, that's what made it fit. When I started to talk about the acquisition. So he's like, hey, I've got these letters. Would be interesting. Why not? Rosemary's too. And so I said, a librarian. He went online. He talked to another librarian in the Special Collections. I'm saying all this because I was not there at the time. I was not employed there. But so they pretty much did it in a Word document, and he did it to the folder level. Visual aids. Okay? So it just basically says Lee to Rosie, Rosie to Lee, and it has a date. And then I'm going to talk about teaching, collaborating, and assessment. Next slide, please. Miami. The point being is that, everybody talks about the university, is again, the archives where these should have come are gone at the time, or have been introduced to, or consulted with the archivist. I'll get to the point later about the processing of the certificates there. And again, what was nice about these letters is that here these things were 45 years old. We had these letters, and we had both people alive, so we could actually start capturing the oral histories. Obviously, the beginning, '68, most of the letters were written by Lee because he was shipped over to Europe, then into Vietnam, and he's writing every day because he's going to the rifle range, going back. He's got a lot to do. Rosie was enrolled in school, was finishing up, in Oxford, small town, smaller then. So she was looking for jobs. She obviously was a teacher her career was as a teacher, finding a place to live, all those kind of things that you do when you're towards your junior, senior year of college. Next slide, please. I mentioned that. This is what he said. There are some letters that there's some auto audio recordings, and a couple of them are helicopter rides, and then some are radio transmissions of Lee's when he was serving, and so we're working on those. And then there's they did a video project in West Virginia. That was the first time he was interviewed in a veterans project. So there's some of that. When I mentioned his service, and again, he was in the 101st Airborne Division. And go to the next one, please. And again, this is just obviously a screenshot of the finding aid. It's just a very thick finding aid. It's like 35 pages. Again, there are two boxes, two archival boxes. I'm looking at this thinking, God, that's a great digital project. It's just two boxes. A little bit more, but most of it's from Lee to Rosie, Rosie to Lee, something like this. If anybody's in the goes to Southwest down there, know who Rumpke is. And yeah, it's nice to have a relative there. But that's basically what it looked like. Okay, not a lot of information. The finding aid is up online. But researchers, anybody looking at this, what is it going to tell you? Well, you can come into dates, maybe, what events, something like that. So not a lot of information for a researcher from the processing itself. Not a criticism. You got it processed, you got it in boxes, and we have it. Next, please. So again, they started out. This is from Rosie to Lee, writing in passionate pink. A lot of, miss you, lovey, all that kind of great stuff. In the beginning, 68. There are times, where Lee is struggling with what he wants to do in the Army, not the war itself. Because you haven't seen that. Next one, please. And then this one is coming in the 70s. This is obviously Lee's handwriting, but he's talking about he's starting to lose his mind. I need to get out of here. I need to do something. It's really getting crazy. So 68, 70, I know I did a big jump, so you get an idea. But the thing is, with manuscripts, with letters, what do you have to do? You have to read them. You have to come in and read. So that's why you see Lita Rosie. So not a lot of information there, again, on the processing side. Next one, please. Next slide, please. Thank you. Okay, so I see this collection. I'm like, what? These are primary resources. I want it. There's got to be someone interested in these things. They're Vietnam War. Come on, it's Vietnam era. The people live right here in Oxford. You can interview them. You can really you can really do a lot with them. And so what I do is I started pulling them into the classrooms. We had these history classes, 400 levels, some capstone, in other words, like the young people that were here, their senior project. Like, here's 2 boxes of 400 letters. It's a topic. It's a great project. And so one of the professors says, well, I've got a grad student. He's working on oral histories and letters and that kind of stuff, Vietnam War. I'll get him in touch with you. I'm like, great. 2 weeks go by. I'm doing a history methods class for the graduate, and he's in the class. Thanks to the professor? No, he completely dropped it. But I have these Michael Orr, so I have these letters, and like, you need to look at these. I'm really interested. So it's like, of course you have to pull them out. And I showed you, that was Lee's. And Rosie was a little more creative. Okay? So, going back and forth, so you have to pull them out. So he said, well, let me find some time. I'll come in. I'll take a look at them and see what I want to do. And that's great. Next slide, please. So, as I said, I talked to the faculty. Michael became a teaching assistant. But again, built interest. And I said, Lee and Rosie are right here. You can talk to them. This one I pulled up because Peg, that was Lee's ex-girlfriend. Some nice letters in there too. So Michael comes in. He goes, I really want to work on these. I said, okay, Michael, you've got to pull them out, and you've got to read them. So I'm thinking, you're going to the content, right? You're going to the content. So if you're sitting and reading it, and I put a flatbed scanner next to you, you can go like that, right? You can just scan it. Sure. So if you work on the digitizing, I said, I'll try to get some funding for that part, and we'll pay for a few hours a week or something like that. Win-win situation. So one of them wants to use them. someone who's not only going to scan, as he's reading through, he can write down a few notes about them for the metadata, anything like that, descriptions. All right? And I introduced him to Lee and Rosie. They have dinner, it's wonderful, they talk, it's just great. So he's churning with it. Next, please. Yeah, I need to look at the 45. Thank you. The donors, again, so Lee has become involved in Rosie and events at Miami, so we're really trying to cultivate them that way. It's just a wonderful relationship. For me, from the Special Collections point, is maybe more donations, trying to find out other people in the area that veterans are not just so Vietnam or any kind of veteran, any kind of, and I'm always looking for more management, papers, and things like that. So opportunities are starting to grow. Okay, decisions. So what happened? I had Michael for about 4 weeks, and as I mentioned, 2 boxes. You see, one that has 8 pages. It was going. Let's just say the process was going slow. So I talked with my staff now, and we came up with a. I thought, well, if we got one of our book cameras, the book yard, and I have my curator on staff. It has a photography background, and she said, we get a step pedal, we can lay them out and you can go faster, and we can do that. But why we were doing these, I don't know. There's a lot. These things are actually scanned, backs of envelopes. The front sides are very important, but it's like, okay, and so these are in a collection. I was going, so what decisions are being made, that kind of stuff. It's a fast process, but again, there are things involved because Michael's time is running out, and since he stopped in August, nothing was done with the collection outside of the letters themselves. To make those decisions, we want to get them up onto our digital digital collections site. As I said, the finding aid and description of the collection is there. Trying to work on something to get it up there, and as you know, when the semester starts, Michael is teaching now. The collection was sitting on a cart probably for, until last week when I started teaching again. Next slide. So I pulled him back into the classroom. That's Lee, and I wanted to see Lee, and I love that we had the last ones. Lee 72, and I love his hairpiece, I'm sorry. But he's working on a graduate degree. He was going to graduate school in Miami, and he transferred. We're not going to go to play. We're not going to play. Well, this is just one of the interviews that Michael started with him. We still have to get Rosie. It's still going that way. Next slide, please. And again, looking at how we assess, using the collections, not just, you got to think of that piece. If I'm going to go ask for money to support a grad student working on a project, what's the outcome? I've got to have something. And so these are just some of the ideas I thought of, and that kind of stuff. So I welcome any other kind of feedback on that. All right? Questions? I think the next one will be for everyone. Thank you so much.